Hey, it's Ian. So this video is quickly going to show you how you can set something up reasonably simple inside Google Analytics. You can track where your conversions are coming from. In this video, we're going to be assuming that a goal for you is someone submits a form on your website, right? So we're using an example site here. It's an optometrist clinic where they want to book eye appointments. So if we're on their homepage and you see, it's quite basic here, book your eye exam now, click, and you would submit that form with your name, email, and phone number, right? Now when we're inside their analytics account, what we've got here is these are showing goal completions, right? The goal completion we can look at is eye exam request. When we scroll down here, I'm doing a comparison, but we've got let's just look at I've got two time frames in here, so we're just going to look at one. It froze on me. Not to worry. Okay, so point being, we're comparing April to February here, but we've got 11 goals in February. If I click this little source medium, it's going to show you where they're coming from. In April, 7 of them came from his Google My Business or Google Maps listing. 3 of them came from Google Cost Per Click, was Google AdWords. 1 came from Yelp. 1 came from Direct in February. 5 came from Google Organic in February. So you can kind of see, it shows you exactly where they're coming from. So if you're spending money, specifically on Facebook ads or Google AdWords, you can see, am I getting goals as a result of this? I know there's conversion pixels and all that good stuff you can set up, but people tend to become overwhelmed by that. So this makes it a little bit easier to just run your campaigns for clicks and track the goals that you're getting. So in this instance, there's 2 elements to this. To make it simple, you need your form, you need a thank you page. A lot of forms that refresh on themselves, so if you submit the form and then it's the same URL up here, it's a little bit harder to do. You need to be probably a little geekier and work with the form that is embedded to fire a pixel or an event into Google Analytics. It's doable, but for the average user, I would totally recommend having something that the form redirects. A couple ideas for this: if you're using a non-WordPress site, you can look at things like FormStack or Wufoo. Put links in the description for this video. If you're using WordPress, this little form here is built with Thrive themes or Thrive leads. There's Gravity forms. There's a variety of them, but you're looking for something that can redirect to a URL. Let me show you how we're doing this. If I go into admin, this is in our Google Analytics account. Then I go to goals. And what you're going to be able to see here is here's the eye exam request goal. And when you see this, you're going to be like, oh, geez, it's that easy. So we've got goal set up, no problem. I named it something. It's a custom goal. The goal description is an eye exam request, right? And the type of goal is a destination. So the goal is achieved when a person reaches a destination. So I click continue, and the details are the destination URL has to begin with thank you, which is this. The URL is thank you. So when someone hits this page, and the only way they can hit this page, unless you're the webmaster and know it's there, because I've got it de-indexed and it can't be found, is to submit this lead form and end up on that thank you page. And then that kicks the goal and it works, right? So this goal, the conversion over the last 7 days has been 5.4%. Now, that's how you set up the goal to know if it came in. Now, how do we get it to look like this? How do we get all these neat little parameters in here I showed you about where it came from? Well, that comes down to tagging your URL. So I'm going to show you another little tool here. Use this daily, so campaign URL builder. So let's take that iWorld website here. Let's say we want to link right to the iWorld URL. We're going to paste that in here, right? So what we've got is campaign source, medium, and campaign. So we would call it campaign, let's say Facebook, CPC, acronym for cost per click, and then campaign name, let's call it cold eye exam campaign. So down here you'll see that the URL looks a little different, right? We've got this question mark, we've got UTM source equals Facebook, UTM medium equals cost per click, and then UTM campaign equals exam. So if I go hit that URL, it's going to send me to the page where I book my appointment, right? But here's the cool thing. Now, me as a visitor on this page right now in Google has been attributed to source Facebook, campaign cost per, or medium cost per click, and campaign cold eye exam. So if we wanted to go a little bit further in here, and you can sort your traffic. So over here on acquisition, you can actually sort by all traffic, source medium, and I'm telling analytics what source medium it is. So that's what I did on this page. I said source Facebook, medium, cost per click, right? If you're running multiple ads, what I would do is, or multiple campaigns, is you would have Facebook cost per click, then name each campaign what it is. So you know that if a different image or a different audience type or whatever it might be got you your conversion. So now you can see in here Google cost per click, Google Maps. If we want, we can segment this by campaign. here, and this will add another column showing which campaign it is. Now, none of these are going to have a campaign for us except for Google, right? Because they just don't. So Google My Business doesn't have a campaign. Now, how did I get that in Google My Business? Just as a side map here. Let's look for iWorld Limited. It's a little trick. So what I did was, if you hit their website button, you probably can't see this down here, but I'm going to click it. So let's click their website and watch the URL I go to. See? UTM source equals Google Maps and UTM medium equals organic. So I've changed the URL inside their Google My Business listing so that I can segment out the organic traffic they get from Google Maps from Google Organic. And the reason we do that is twofold. One, we like to know who's clicking on the map and how it converts, but two, we're running AdWords ads on the map, and for whatever reason right now, when you click the AdWords ad in the map, it sends you just to the main page and it tracks as an organic anyway, so that's neither here nor there. It shows us our Dartmouth, which is where this place is located. Our Dartmouth campaign is what's generating the traffic for Google cost per click. So those are the two things you need. You want to set up a goal, and you want to do that underneath. You need a thank you page, ideally, is the easiest way. We can get into events, and if there's some analytics guru watching this, and they know I know how to fire an event into analytics and then turn that into a goal if we want. But for anybody who's not been dealing with analytics a lot, a page visit goal is the easiest way. So new goal, and you want to go custom, you want to go continue, you want to name whatever your goal is, and then continue, and it's destination, right? Continue, and then put in the URL, so if it's thanks or whatever it might be. Now, I always say begins with, and the reason I say begins with is because a lot of form software will add on something like ID equals whatever the ID is. So if it begins with /thanks, anything that gets appended to the end of that will still track as the goal, right? If you want, you can put a value in here. If you know each lead, you convert 1 in 4 leads, and your customer's worth $1,000, and you could call each lead $250, right? A few things you can do with funnel optimization. Don't get into that right now. If you can just get the goals going, that's going to make a difference in being able to track the results you're getting on your campaigns. Hope that helps a little bit. Ask any questions in the comments below. Thanks.